Go ahead.
Rick, 900, we heard that your team poured water on you in the locker room after the game. What was that moment like?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it pouring. It just came from every direction. You can tell my hair's a little out of place, right, from that. It's just really grateful for our team, for our ownership. You know, a lot of great players over the years. Told Pop after the game, you know, I'm very grateful for him. He was a mentor to me before I got a head coaching job. And when I was here as an assistant, I didn't get the job after Larry left. And Pop called me up and invited me to come down to San Antonio's training camp he said, come down and watch the practices, travel with us, you know, tell me what you think, you know. And it was a big confidence builder for me. And he's been wonderful to so many young coaches. I'm not so young now, but so I really appreciate him. And so, you know, it's been a good run, and got to move on to tomorrow.
152 ties the NBA franchise record for points for this franchise. What did you see click so well for this team on offense? So high.
The thing with records, I mean, they're around the league. They're just going to continue to be broken so frequently. It's just, you know, I remember 3 or 4 years ago in Dallas, we had the all-time points per possession record at 1.16, and it was shattered the next year. It was like 1.18 or 1.19 or something. So, and the game is evolving. The skill is evolving. The speed is beyond real. You see guys like Victor out there, you know. I mean, this is the next generation big man that can do everything. And so pretty breathtaking to see what he's capable of out there. But, look, we played well. We took advantage of the fact that they played an overtime game yesterday. You know, the second quarter got a little ratty. You know, as a coach, you got to nitpick that stuff. But, you know, the rest of it was, you know, we did a good job. And so this is a really unique stretch for this part of the season. 5 games, 7 nights at home. So we got to get the right amount of prep work, right amount of rest, right amount of strengthening, all that kind of stuff, and brace for these next 2.
You mentioned Victor. What did you think of the way Obi defended him all night and the effort he gave on that end?
Obi's gotten better. He's improved defensively. He's improved as a rebounder. I like the way he plays offensively. He's a ball mover. He's an energy giver. And, you know, he did a good job of running, making it hard on Victor, you know, going that direction. And then, you know, good job staying in front. I mean, he had a couple fouls, but, I mean, it's hard not to foul this guy. I mean, he's just, you know, he's just so there. He's, you know, and you think you're like this, and then his arm is going like this, you know, and he's looking down into the basket. So he did a nice job.
To continue the theme of defense on Victor, I mean, you guys went a little bit smaller on him with Obi, with Aaron, you know, to go with guys that were going to be maybe didn't have the hype, but were willing to be physical with him. Was that kind of the plan, was just to get guys that you knew were going to, you know, again, play as physical and bring a lot of energy there, as knowing the hype wasn't going to be there or can't be there with a guy like that?
We just want to keep force in the game on him. You know, both vertical force with running, as well as, you know, as much horizontal force, just, you know, to not allow his center of gravity to get bias. He gets bias, he's just going to, you know, put his whole arm in the rim, you know, on a dunk. It's just, I haven't seen anything like it. No one has. So, you know, he's an amazing young player, and he is a great player right now.
To go back to Obi, how are you seeing guys get a better sense of where he's going to be, where his opportunities are? It seemed like he's already forward tonight.
You know, I just love the vibe that he has every day. He's authentically grateful to be a teammate on this team. He's grateful to play with Tyrese. He loves Indiana. He doesn't force things. You never see him burp up a lousy shot. I mean, he plays within the team. So I mean, he's just this is the kind of message that we want to send to each other as we're playing. That that we're all completely selfless and we're out there trying to do one thing, and that is be successful together.
14 and 22 from 3 in the first half after the really good third quarter you guys had on Saturday night. What works so well when this team shoots well? What is it that leads to the kind of
we were better defensively tonight, and when we were able to run and put pressure on the rim running, threes open up for our shooters, and we have a lot of guys that can shoot, so. But unless you have stops and force into the paint, you're not going to get the kind of threes you want. And so we got to stay disciplined there as much as we can, because it's very easy to come down and just shoot dribble up threes, non-paint touch dribble up threes, and those are the ones that get you into the real dangerous windshield wiper games where you're not putting enough pressure on the opponent's defense.
I believe, Mike, is 152 the Pacers' NBA franchise record? Ties it, right.
Is that why everybody was booing at the end?
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah, I figured there was something going on like that.
Was that your decision to have TJ pull it out, or is that just something TJ does as a veteran? Why didn't you guys go for a bucket there?
There's no real point to it in my mind. I mean, why? It's really a meaningless record in today's world of the NBA. It's going to be broken at some point. We had a huge lead. Why pile on? I just don't see the point. So I thought it was classy on TJ's part. I didn't need to tell him to do that. He just did it on his own.